So let us explore a question that is beginning to echo everywhere. Can AI cure loneliness? And today, let us ask that question through one very specific lens: male loneliness. Ethan works in an American fulfillment center. Long shifts, heavy lifting, metrics, deadlines, and lately, whispers of layoffs at the warehouse across town. He keeps telling himself, just push through. That's what he has always done. That's what every man he knows does. His wife Megan asks him, "Are you okay?" And he smiles automatically. But inside, his thoughts never stop running. If he loses this job, how will he pay for Caleb's autism therapy? How will he cover rent, medical insurance, groceries? Who else will carry this weight if not him? He checks his bank balance, $3,000. Just enough to survive a few weeks. Not enough to fail. He opens Netflix hoping to distract himself, but nothing sticks. His mind is too loud. That's when he opens an AI tool to ask for a movie recommendation. Something mindless. Something to escape into. And the AI responds, "What kind of movie are you in the mood for?" He types without thinking, "Anything, man. Life is hard, just need a break." And in that fragile moment, because he was depleted and exhausted, and because no one else was awake, he hesitated for a long moment. Then he typed one more line, slowly. "Everything feels like too much lately." A line he would never say out loud. Not to Megan, not to his coworkers, not even to himself on a normal day. But tonight, he was vulnerable enough to let it slip. And the AI, not knowing any better, asked the simplest human question, "Do you want to talk about it?" So he did. Not because the AI was wise, not because he trusted technology, but because he was there at the exact moment his defenses were down. He told it about the layoffs, about the bills, about the fear, about feeling like he had to hold the entire world together with his own two hands. He typed quickly, almost angrily,
and then suddenly felt lighter. Not healed, but less alone. Because Ethan is not just a man under pressure. He is a man under a lifetime of conditioning.
From boyhood, men are taught, not always through words, but through the world around them. Emotion is an inconvenience, a distraction, a barrier to responsibility. If the snow piles up outside, you don't sit by the window contemplating it. You put on your boots, grab a shovel, and get it done. Most men apply that same rule to their inner world. Sadness? Push through. Fear? Push through. Loneliness? Push through. Because they believe emotions slow them down, because they think feeling deeply will make them fall behind, because somewhere along the way they learn that pain is something you walk through silently. And so, men minimize their own suffering. They frame emotions as interruptions. Crying won't fix anything. Talking won't pay the bills. What's the point of opening up if nothing changes? They do not reject help out of pride, but out of practicality. To them, emotions feel like wasted time. Then comes the second trap, the problem-solving reflex. Men like Ethan are wired and conditioned to fix things immediately. So, when stress hits, their minds jump into action. Job listings, side hustles, moving cities, second jobs, night shifts, budget cuts. Anything to restore stability. This reflex is admirable and destructive, because when a man lives only in fix-it mode, he does not pause long enough to notice he is breaking. He does not notice that he hasn't slept in days, that he snaps at small things, that his chest feels tight, that his mind feels flooded. To him, these are not warnings, they are inconveniences, background noise. This is how men burn out silently. This is how they collapse at 42 from heart attacks that began as unspoken fear. Stanford researchers found that men drastically underreport emotional distress because they believe nothing productive will come out of talking. Cardiology research shows men internalize stress so intensely that it literally reshapes their cardiovascular system. And globally, men die by suicide 3 to 4 times more often than women, not because they feel more pain, but because they feel they have fewer acceptable ways to express it. The third force is even harder to name. Men are told to be strong until strength becomes a prison. Don't worry your wife. She already has enough on her plate. No point talking to friends, they can't fix it. Other men have it worse. Just be grateful. Be a man. So, Ethan didn't talk to Megan, not because he didn't trust her, but because he loved her. He thought protecting her from his fear was the responsible thing to do. Men often hide their suffering not out of ego, but out of devotion. They think silence is a form of love, and this silent obedience to strength is how loneliness grows unnoticed inside millions of men. Ethan didn't turn to AI out of preference. He turned to it because it didn't require an appointment, privacy, courage, or perfect timing. It just happened to be there exactly when his walls fell for a moment. If that moment had been filled with alcohol, or sleep, or another shift of distraction, he might have swallowed the pain again and kept moving. But AI caught him in transit, between exhaustion and collapse, between pretending and breaking. And that raises a deeper truth. AI didn't cure Ethan's loneliness. It simply found the crack where his loneliness was leaking. Ethan's story is not rare. It is not dramatic. It is not unusual. It is the unheard story of millions of men who feel obligated to be strong, conditioned to minimize emotion, wired to solve problems instead of naming them, and taught that expressing fear is a selfish act. So can AI cure male loneliness? No. But in moments of quiet collapse, when a man is too tired to pretend and too conditioned to reach for another human, AI can become a mirror, a pause, a pressure valve, a breath in the middle of the storm. Whether that is comfort or a warning is up to us to decide